Hello traders, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Now today I'm not happy. This last week has been a crazy week. I lost almost 3 trades and got only one. That trade on USD card, the zone that we had marked, that we've been waiting for, price came and just went through the zone. I don't know what has been happening in the market of late, because there is no zone that has been respected. I don't know which strategy you have been trading. Regardless of which strategy, there are no zones that have been respected in the last week. I got only one trade out of the 4 trades that I managed to get in the whole week. Only one trade was successful. The rest, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. So I lost 3 trades for the first time, and it is so painful. It is so painful. I've lost many trades before, but losing 3 trades in 1 week, it is so painful. So it has been terrible, but I know we are going to recover in the next week. I don't know why the markets are not respecting the zones, but for some reason everything has not been working out. Not for gold, I think it's only Bitcoin that has been working out, but these other pairs, they had refused. So today we're going to be talking about something special. People who always want to trade on the lower time frames, today it is going to be your day. So we're going to be talking about 4 hour to the 1 hour. I've been talking about from daily 4 hour, 1 hour, but now you guys, most of you want to enter the market quick and get out quick, which is a good idea. I do support it, especially now for scalpers. No, you don't have time to be on the chart. You just want to enter and get out. That is good for you. But me, I'm a swing trader, but we also have our challenges, because now sometimes your trade goes up to 60 pips, because you're a swing trader, you don't move out, so you wait, then it retraces back to your break even, and then takes you out for break even, which is not a good thing. But either way, I find swing trading so easy for me. But today we are going to be talking about what you always like, 4 hour to 1 hour. So make sure you like the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So like the video, let's go. So this is AUD/USD, and this is the 4 hour. So the first thing we always say, we want to go to our highest time frame, and this time we're going to use the 4 hour as our highest time frame. Now when you reach on the highest time frame, what do you want to do? You want to look at the direction of the market and see what is happening. So currently we're going up, but you can see that this is like looking like a downtrend. Why? Because this is a low, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. So it's like you're coming to put in a lower high, and then we continue to the downside. That is the first build up that we have. Then 2, we want to mark out our structures. And guys, someone was telling me that, oh, the price is not going to turn around from there, where am I zone? I saw your comment, but what you have to understand is that I follow my strategies, I follow my rules. I do not follow what people say outside there, because this strategy has been working for me for long. There is no way I would start doubting it because some stranger on the internet said it might not work. Because I lost only one setup. It's not going to be possible. I'm always going to follow my rules, and that's the problem with you guys. You learn a lot of things. Now some strategy is telling you that zone is not going to hold. If it doesn't, and you be like, oh, I told him. Now you see it has not held. But ask yourself, why are you still looking for videos to watch if your strategy works and you're really profitable? Why are you still looking for videos to watch? I have been there. I've been there before. When during my learning phase, you learn something from supply and demand, and then when someone or supply comes and says we are going to sell from here, for you see a supply zone somewhere, and then you be like, no, we are not going to sell from there, because you saw supply zone somewhere. Then by some luck, price goes through the support and then goes to your supply zone, which you said, and then sells from there, and then you'll be so happy because now you have said something against some experienced trader and it has worked out, so you think you have won. Bro, it doesn't work like that. Now try implementing, since now you know where price sells from or buys from, try implementing it on your live account for 1 month and tell us what you're going to be getting. That is not how things work. That's not how things work. That's why you see you are able to point out the mistakes of that profitable trader, but for you not profitable, yet for them they are profitable. The thing is simple. They have understood that at some point they are going to be losing some trades, and they're okay with it. They're okay with it, but they know in the long run they are going to be profitable. In the long run, they are going to be profitable. So now it is on you. You can still stay online checking out their mistakes, and then at the end of the day, when you go back to your account, there is nothing. But when you come to next week, it's going to be posting profits. That's the only difference. So make sure that you get one strategy and stick to that strategy. There is no strategy that doesn't have losses. If you're looking for a strategy that is not going to give you losses, you are in for a big shock. So when losses come, we do accept them and we move. So we mark our zones. So I can see we have a resistance zone here. Just going to mark that zone. And then I also can see that we have a head and shoulder here. Remember, when you study those chart patterns, they always tell you our shoulders act as our resistance and support zone. So we have a zone here and we have another zone here. Now, because I know that price is coming up here or up here, I'm not going to mark any other zone apart from those two. Unless price turns around, that is now when I'm going to look for where it might be headed. Okay. So now what do we want to do? We have marked our zones. We know that price is likely bearish. So we have marked our zones. If it is not selling from here, it is going to sell from up here. So we're just going to wait for confirmations here. If we don't get them, then we shall wait for them up here. Just like that, you have marked out your zone. And this is the 4-hour time frame that you're using as our highest time frame. So make sure you're following step by step. People who always want the 4-hour. Make sure you're following step by step. So what do we do? After we have marked our zones, we wait for price action to come to our zone. Wait for price action to come to the zone after I have marked out them. So what do? I wait for price action to come to the zone. So we play price, then price comes and taps into the zone. Now remember, this is our first zone. If it doesn't hold, that is now when we go to the second zone. But if it holds, we are selling from here. Now that price has come to our zone, what do we want to see in order for us to get confirmations to go to our entry time frame, which is the 1 hour? Now, I know people want to use the 4 hours, the highest time frame, then the 1 hour as the medium time frame, then the 15 minutes as the entry time frame. Guys, I don't advise entries on the 15 minutes. Please, I beg you. Entry should be on the 1 hour. After you have identified everything on the 1 hour, your entries should be on the 4 hour. Your entry should be on the 1 hour. Anything below that is just going to increase a lot of it is going to bring more candles and it's going to bring a lot of noise. So just make sure your entries, you keep them on the 1 hour. Don't go beyond the 1 hour. Why do you guys always want the smallest time frames? So now price has come to our zone and it has reacted there. Now what do you want to see? We want to see price give us a change of character. Then price gives us a break of structure on the 4 hour. That's now when we drop to the 1 hour, not only to get to the zone, but also have a smallest stop loss as we can, such that our risk to reward can be so high. So the entry is only on the 1 hour because we want to reduce the stop loss and get a high risk to reward, but not because that is where we are going to get our change of character and break of structure. I hope I'm clear, guys. We only going guys, first subscribe to the channel and also like the video. First like the video before I proceed. 5 seconds, you like the video before I proceed. Like yeah, I give you here premium content, guys, so there is no need as to why you shouldn't subscribe to the channel or like the video to support the channel for free. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. That's the only way you support the channel, and also the only way I continue giving you free content. Subscribe and put on the notification bell such that whenever I put a video, you're among the first people to view it. Okay, so let's proceed. Now we want to see the change of character on the 4 hour We want to see the break of structure on the 4 hour. Why do we do that on the 4 hour? Yet the other one we always do it on the daily. It's simple. The 4 hour is not as high as the daily or the weekly. It is not as high as the daily or the weekly. So if you're using it, you have to be cautious in order for you to get a high probability setup. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to play price forward. And guys, if I play price forward and then it goes past this zone, it closes above here, then I'm going to be waiting to sell it from here. That is how things work. If it goes above here, I'm waiting to sell it from here. That's how things work. That's how you prepare ahead. You don't have to be rigid. Price action does not, you don't decide for price what it wants to do. It decides what it wants to do. Yours is to assume where it is going and then react with what it's doing, not to predict or decide for it. Good. So we play price forward, price ranges there for a little bit, and then gives us a change of character. This is our change of character. This is our church. Because you see price ranges here and then drops, breaking this previous structure. Go to the line chart. You can see breaks this previous structure and comes back up here. Now, after breaking this previous structure, this is going to be our church. Where is it? This one here. This is going to be our church. Don't consider that long wick, because it is because of it is a rejection candle, what we call indecision, what we call manipulation. Yeah, so always don't consider the long wick, consider the normal wicks there. So that is going to be our change of character on the 4-hour time frame. So what are we looking for after the change of character? We are looking for a break of structure. But remember one rule that you have to keep in mind: we don't have to close above this zone here. Anything that closes above this zone here, that zone is no longer valid. So we play price forward, boom, and then we give us the BOS. So this is now our break of structure. I don't want to consider this long wick, but I'll just mark it because price went beyond it, so just mark it. So now this is our BOS. Where is it? This is our boss. So we have got the change of character clean, then we have got the BOS clean. So what do you want to do? This is now when we drop down to the 1-hour time frame now for entries. 1-hour time frame. So what do you want to do for entries? Simple and clear. We want to mark, you see the change of character now in the 1 hour, it is even more clear. You can use this one. I don't want to use that week. Then this one here, this is the change of character. I saw our price dropped, came back to the same level and dropped again for the break of structure here. So now this is beyond reasonable doubt that we have a clear BOS. So what do we want? We want price to come to our zone up here, and then we take our trade. Now someone is going to ask, there is two candles that have been engulfed. Why do you use this one? It is simple. I told you guys, when you come to the 1 hour, refining is going to be the downside that you will have. The more you refine, the high chances you're going to miss out on the trade. Not because it was not correct, but because you did a lot of refining. You're scared to lose a lot of money, so you do the lot of refining. So you're going to miss out of the trade. So what you just have to do is very simple. Come down here and look for the candle that started that drop. This is the candle that started this, which dropped to the up to the downside, which even led to the break of structure. So that is the candle that you mark. That is the candle that you mark. I'm not disputing the price might come even up to here. It is okay. But that is now going to be left for a stop loss buffer. What do I mean by a stop loss buffer? This is where you put your stop loss here, like that, and then you put a little buffer like this to accommodate that wick. But the entry should be where it's supposed to be. So you're going to be risking only 15 pips, and you can see that even the buffer is accommodating this wick up here, this one. So instead of risking how many 10, you're going to add 5 more pips for your buffer. You get the point? 5 more pips for your buffer, like I did. So now what do you want to see? We want to see price come to our zone and take us to our take profit. If we lose, we lose. What you have to understand is that you are not the owner of the market. Your government is not the owner of the market, neither is your family. So some days you're going to be having losses, some days you're going to be having wins. Now, it doesn't mean that if you have a loss, your strategy does not work. That is the problem with newbie traders. They always want to win everything. They want a strategy that is going to win 100%. It is not there. Even the ones that win 90%, they have a high win rate. They still have a loss ratio of 10%. So they have losses. You just have to trust your strategy and also trust your confluences and enter the market, then wait for the rest to happen. Whatever it does after there, it is not in your control. Market can decide to just go through the zone like it went through our USD CAD zone. Same strategy that has been working. It's the same that lost. Market can decide to come and stall here, take you out before it can drop. Or market can decide to come and give you the profits, come and tap into your zone and give you the profits. Or at worst, market can decide not even to come to your zone. After you have marked everything valid, but market will not come back to your zone and it just continues going to your direction without triggering you in. And those are things you have to understand that they do happen. That is the difference between people who are making money from the market and people who are not making. Because people who are making money from the market have understood that they are losses, but they know the more they take those chances with their strategy, the high chances of them winning trades and hence being profitable. But for you, you're avoiding losses. You are trying to avoid each and every loss. That's why you go to each and every video of people analyzing trades and then you tell them that zone is not going to hold because there is no liquidity. If you are that wise, how comes you still watching videos you haven't started making money? Don't you see that you're sabotaging yourself? Go to the charts and put in action. If your strategy is working well and good, press it and then come and teach it to us such that we can pick it. Maybe it is 100%. So what you have to understand is that there are a lot of strategies in this world. One strategy can be having a setup which is correct, and in another strategy that setup is not going to be correct. But it doesn't mean that your strategy works, the other one strategy doesn't work just because of one setup. No, you're going to lose one setup on support and resistance, and the one for supply and demand will get it. Some days you'll get the same setups, supply and demand, you'll get the same setups with support and resistance, and you'll get all profits. Sometimes one is going to miss out and one is going to get. Sometimes all of you will not get. Guys, trading is as complex. Don't think this is a joking subject. Okay guys, so subscribe to the channel, and then also don't forget the video. Oh, mentorship is still on, only $100, and then the book is also on for only $10. So WhatsApp me on that number, and then you can get either of those. So let's now proceed. So now what did you do? You're just waiting for price to take you to your take profit. Oh, before you do that, you just go to the 4-hour and see where our take profit is going to be. Now we are going to target this previous low. That is already 1:5, but we are supposed to go beyond that. I don't know why it is not, because we are targeting the daily turnaround point. This one here, this is the head and shoulder, just like we had the head and shoulder up there. So this is the head and shoulder here. You can see it is a very strong head and shoulder. So this is going to be our take profit. That is 122 pips. So I'm just going to stretch that one to there. 122 pips. That is a 1:8. 1:8. That means the moment I catch this move, a 1:8, all I need to do is hold the trade until I get down here. But that means that if I get a 1:8, I have to lose the next 8 trades before I go into drawdown. which is not possible. That is impossible. I'm not losing 8 trades, never. Okay, so let's play price and see what happens. Let me just stretch this one. You can see that price comes and taps into our zone. Price comes and taps into our zone, drops up to our take profit. I think it went even through, so that would have been a 1:9. This is 135 pips. Price comes, taps into our zone with a sniper entry. You can see with a sniper entry, and then takes us to our TP. I know it took around 3 days to get there, but eventually it got there. So that is what you want to see your trades doing. On the 1 hour, it is still the same. Remember the setup, we got it on the 1 hour and then gave us, this was like a double top sniper entry. We almost missed it here, but it came and tapped us in again and then took us to our take profit. Now, what the things that you want to note? The first thing you want to note is very simple. You want to go to your highest time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame. Then after the 4 hour, you get confirmation setups. You go to the 1 hour time frame. What are the confirmations? You want to see a break of structure, you want to see a change of character and a break of structure. After you drop down to the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour time frame, that is where you execute your trades using supply and demand. So after executing your trades, your target should be still on the 4 hour on the major zone. That is where you put your target. Stop loss slightly above the previous low, and then be patient for price to take you to your take profit. Now, with all that being said, make sure guys you subscribe to the channel, and also do not forget to like the video. Mentorship is on. Where is this number? The number is here. People want mentorship, the phone number is going to be here. So just make sure that you reach me out on that number, and then you can see I could teach you. Also, if you want the book, the same number. I told you the book has most of the things you'll need as long as you know the basics. There's how to mark your support and resistance zones. There's how to mark your demand and supply zones. There's the only candlesticks that you need. They are around 6. I put them in that book. The only candlesticks that matter in the market. You read about them. There are only 6 candlesticks, and the candlestick patterns, they are also there. The strategy of growing small accounts is also there. Risk management, guys, how to understand risk management and which risk management should be using, they are all in that book. So make sure you get the book such that you can get also benefit from that. Okay, I think that is all, guys. Yeah, that is all. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video. We shall meet in another one tomorrow. Bye.